Chạy B hết rồi.
Khu B.
Vãi trưởng vẫn núp nhà này. Còn hai dân chơi. Hai anh em phối hợp đi. Hai thằng chửi nhau, hai thằng ghét nhau. Đầu ruột. Phối cờ cờ nhà nó chứ. Anh nó đi chung ạ. Đầu ruột đấy.
Khói nè. Khu A.
À đồng định mệnh. A4 luôn.
Khói nè. Khu A.
À tiếp.
Khu A. Con A nè. Quá bình thường.
Ơ, định mệnh thua hả? Vãi trưởng, ăn hai rồi. Thôi lên A. Đã thua ngược à? Thằng kia nó cũng không bắn rồi, thằng tốt mình cũng không bắn nữa rồi. Nó dỗi rồi.
Khói nè.
B rồi.
Khu B. Mu nè. Lựu đạn né đi. Quá bình thường.
Sai. Hay.
Có bom rồi.
Tiếp anh em ơi. Thêm cái nữa nào. Thêm cái này rồi nghỉ. Tàu ngầm à?
Phòng thủ cứ điểm. Quẩy lên nào.
Bạn này tôi bắn sờ lung nhá.
Lựu đạn, né đi. Khói nè.
Mẹ 99 máu bao giờ không? Vãi cả trưởng bắn thế mà 99. Quỳ.
Có ma nè.
Gỡ được. Đi một tí nữa.
Lên nào cô với.
Lựu đạn, né đi.
Thôi.
Khói nè. Quá bình thường. Bom ở đây nè. Mu nè. Vỡ mồm.
Rồi, Douglas đã thắng.
Phô là sai rồi.
Ok, tiến lên nào. Khói nè. Khói đi.
Lựu đạn, né đi. Khói nè.
Bom ở đây nè.
Trời ơi lại trúng mồm kìa. 3 hồi sinh. 2 mồm. Mẹ báo thế cho nhanh. Đấy, trúng rồi đấy, đúng rồi đấy. Hồi sinh, trừ 53. Trừ 53 rồi. Nó bắn kiểu gì mà 98 máu à?
Ok, tiến lên nào. Khói nè.
Lựu đạn, né đi. Khói nè. Đã rõ.
Đủ má, nó đi nhẹ không nghe thấy tiếng gì. KB. Bên kia lại mạnh thế.
Fail. Blacklist win. Ok, tiến lên nào.
Đã nhận.
Khói đi.
Lựu đạn, né đi. Khói nè.
Get lost. Boom.
Cái đè toàn. Đánh à. Thua rồi anh em ơi. Thua rồi, trận này thua rồi.
Lựu đạn nè, né đi.
Flash bomb. Here's the flash. Fire in the hole.
B2 rồi đánh A đi.
Fire in the hole. Flash bomb.
Khu A. Khu A. Đặt bom ở A. Khói nè.
Smoking grenade.
Đây rồi.
Lựu đạn nè, né đi. À.
Đi mẹ, gần điều gần B không chiếm. Cứ đừng ném bom. Vãi trưởng thế. Mình đứng xa quá.
Nhặt bom kìa. Mission success. Blacklist win.
Khu B.
Có một thằng nó hay móc điều khiển này.
Lựu đạn nè, né đi.
Bắt đầu rồi.
Khói nè.
Fire in the hole. Smoking grenade.
Quá bình thường. À.
Tốt.
Đặt bom ở B.
Nice rồi.
Khu B.
Flash bomb.
đạn nè, né đi.
Fire in the hole! Smoking grenade! Có nè!
Mù nè.
Để mà 2 cao B luôn à? Một thằng nhảy xuống à? Khó nhở.
Thua rồi, Global Risk đã thắng.
Khu A.
Ok, tiếng nào? Here's the smoke! Có nè! Smoking grenade! Here's the bomb!
Khói nè.
Flash bomb! Here's the bomb! Lựu đạn nè, né đi! A-sight! Smoking grenade! Đã đặt bom ở khu A! Fire in the hole!
Ý, vẫn còn kìa. Thôi thua.
Bomb's been defused.
Chịu ấy. Đếm thế. Đang định móc thì thằng kia lại ra. Mãi không ra. Để tôi vào đây. Không vào được nữa. Thôi nốt trận cuối nào. Nốt trận cuối rồi nghỉ.
Nhiệm vụ, phòng thủ cứ điểm. Ok, tiến lên nào! Đã nhận.
Yểm trợ
Khói
tôi.
nè! Khói nè! Lựu đạn!
Lựu đạn, né đi.
Ngu nè!
Mù nè.
Ừ.
Thua rồi, Global Risk đã thắng. Ok, tiến lên nào! Khói nè! Lựu đạn, né đi!
Mù nè. Tốt lắm.
Nice. Là tí chết. Sợ thật.
Ok, tiến lên nào. Khó
Theo tôi nào. Lựu đạn, né đi.
Lựu đạn, né đi.
Mù nè.
Fire in the hole.
Quá bình thường. Thấy bom ở đây nè. Cũng tạm được.
Đồ gỗ. Ai, thế mà thua á. Trời ơi, vẫn thua à?
Quẩy lên nào. Khó nè. Khó nè. Mù nè.
Lựu đạn, né đi.
Lựu đạn, né đi.
Mù nè.
Fire in the hole.
Một C kìa cái địch.
Fire in the hole.
Súng méo gì đây? Ngách ngách.
Flash bomb.
Đó.
Lựu đạn, né đi. Mù nè. Quẩy lên nào. Khó nè. Khó nè.
Lựu đạn, né đi.
Lựu đạn, né đi.
Mù nè.
Flash bomb.
Khói nè.
Địch mẹ vẫn ở đây chịu. Gỗ. Trong gỗ chặn lại. Ừ,
Mission success.
vãi.
Global risk win. Ok, đi thôi. Khó nè.
Lựu đạn nè, né đi.
Đi tìm bom đi.
Khói nè.
Khó nè. Nhặt bom kìa. Lựu đạn nè, né đi.
Vội quá, vội móc quá.
Đi tìm bom đi. Global risk đã thắng. Ok, đi thôi. Khó nè.
Khói nè.
Đi tìm bom đi.
Ừ. Thế mà nhìn được khói. Nước một. Bên kia bắn đều ấy.
Khó nè. Đi tìm bom đi.
Vãi đã bóc nhà rồi. Nhà mình, nhà mình, nhà mình.
Mission fail. Local risk in. Lên, lên, bom kìa. A site.
Khu A. Khói nè.
Nhặt bom kìa. Lựu đạn nè, lấy đi.
Quá bình thường.
Fire in the hole. Nhặt bom kìa.
Cũng tạm được. Lựu đạn nè, né đi. Mù nè. Có hàng nè.
Lên bom lên, lên. Khó nè. Khó nè.
Khói nè.
Lựu đạn nè, lấy đi.
Lựu đạn nè, né đi.
Mù nè. Mù nè. Lựu đạn nè, lấy đi.
Quá bình thường.
Ngách B à?
Cũng tạm được.
Thôi.
Mù nè.
Quá tốt lắm rồi nào. Nhặt bom kìa. Khó nè.
Khói nè. Lựu đạn nè, né đi.
Lựu đạn nè, lấy đi.
Tốt.
Mù nè.
Bắn điên vãi. Qua làm T88 anh em ạ.
Swear to God.
You ain't buying?
No, are you?
No.
No way. There's no way.
I think anybody
human
who
nature.
works here would walk up there and be like, "Oh wow, who's in this? Am I there?" I think that's a normal reaction.
I had no thoughts of that at all.
Scott would have been left out of the Last Supper.
On Tuesday's wrap-up show, the guys talked about Bobo and his on-air argument with Al, the other caller, and what it means to be an extreme fan. And then Bobo told the whole story about how he went to the hospital and stalked Howard after his daughter was born. It's pretty interesting. Check it out.
I do want to talk about extreme caller Bobo because I think Bobo did a really good job today making his point, as ludicrous as it might have been.
I agree with that. I would say that I didn't agree with his point, but he did make a good job of making it.
And I mean, very good argument, was structured,
but there were a lot
volleyed back with everything until the end, and then he might have lost it a little.
There were a lot of times where he just sort of said, "Hey, I'm an extreme fan. What do you expect?" which isn't much of an explanation, but was entertaining to listen to.
Now, do you expect an extreme fan to show up at the hospital when your wife gives birth?
No, that's a stalker. An extreme fan is an extreme fan. An extreme fan would send flowers to the hospital. A stalker shows up.
Does Bobo see himself as a stalker or as an extreme fan?
Well, what stalker sees himself as a stalker?
That's a good point.
Hey, I'm always surprised that Howard got over that. Like, was there a
I
time?
am a little too. No, you're right. I'm a little bit too. But here's what happened. I think that Bobo established himself as a caller before we figured that out. So I think if he would have started out by, "Hey, I'm the guy," da da da. I think
So I didn't realize that. So how did it come out that Bobo showed up at the hospital?
you'll have to ask Bobo, who's on the phone right now.
Bobo, how did it come up that you on the air that you actually showed up at the hospital?
Okay, I called in to Gary many, many years ago, and I said, because it was brought up, Howard said, listen, I was at the hospital, and some guy walked in, and then Gary runs in, the guy's on the phone right now. And then that's when I told him, I said who I was, and then at the time I didn't tag myself as Bobo, okay, until right after that. And then I said,
But Bobo, the point that Benji's making, which I'd like to know the answer to, is
Yes.
how long were you Bobo extreme fan until you reminded Howard that you were also that guy?
oh, I was like probably over 25 years.
So wait, that doesn't make sense. Okay, wait. You
Within 3. How many years?
Oh, yeah, here we go again.
around what year did you tell Howard that you were the guy that showed up at the hospital?
Oh, like right after I called.
Right, but
Like-
then you called, and then we had you on the guy as the nut from the hospital. But then you
Right.
started calling in as Bobo Extreme Fan sort of after that, and we probably didn't make that same connection.
Oh, okay.
So now you're on the air as Bobo Extreme Fan for a while. We don't remember you're that guy. How long are you Bobo Extreme Fan as a caller till you remind Howard that you did that?
Oh, I would say probably around, I don't know, maybe 7 months.
And as the show went on today, and Howard was reminded of it, he was like, "Yeah, I do kind of remember that." And it started to turn a little bit on
But
you
that's
there, Bobo.
silly because the guys this is what I was saying when it came up on the show. Listen, yeah, does that make Bobo maybe people could call him a nut? Fine.
It crosses
but
a
it
line.
doesn't make him a bad caller.
No, it doesn't.
Well, let me tell-
It doesn't make him a bad call, but it does cross a line.
No, Bobo was accused today of calling in with obvious things that Howard was going to comment on, like a compliment here, a compliment there, everything positive. And Bobo actually had a negative thing to say when he called in today after he had that argument.
But I've talked to Will in the back office, and sometimes when Bobo calls, I do, Bobo, and if I'm off base, tell me, think that sometimes you pick a topic that you know is going to get you on the air rather than what you really want to talk about.
Well, I have a lot of topics. Whether you're right, I'm going to be honest about that. But I mean, that's all about getting on the air. I mean, any extreme fan would tell you it's a high from doing that. I mean, you're sitting behind there, you're in the show, you love the show, but think of it as me, someone in the outside calling who loves the show as much as you guys love it. You know, of course you want to be on the air.
Bobo,
you know?
what's the difference between? You probably heard us having this debate here. Some say you're a stalker. Some say you're an extreme fan. What's the difference between being an extreme fan and a stalker?
First of all, let me clear something up here. That time that I went to the hospital, all right, you could say I didn't cross the line because I didn't have security grab me. I didn't try to do something. I just once said hello, and I left. In fact, I walked up. Security was a joke because they said, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm walking up with Howard Stern's parents." They go, well, who are you? I said, "I'm Howard Stern's brother." He goes, I never heard him talk about his brother. I said, "Listen, he doesn't want to talk about it." I said, "But he has his brother."
So let's clear something up, Bobo.
That's a believable story.
I don't think you're a stalker because you displayed stalkerish tendencies one time. However, based on the story you just gave, you totally crossed the line.
How do you figure that?
Because you lied and said you were Howard's brother, and you showed up at a place at the most private time that a man and a woman can have. They're having a child, and you showed up there, and then you told a bunch of lies.
But an extreme fan doesn't think like that, Gary. We just go to extremes. That's what the title is. Extreme fan.
So what's the extreme fan's thought process? Like Howard's having a kid. Go ahead.
Just to say, hey, I'm here. Hi, I'm a super fan, and I just want to say hello. Bam, I'm out of there. I didn't hang out. They didn't have to grab me by the arm. I'm a responsible dad and parent. You know what I mean?
But what if they had seen you and figured out you didn't belong there, and they could have easily grabbed you by the arm? By the way, as an extreme fan, which we have a lot of extreme fans, did you notice you were the only one there?
And Dominic Barber.
You know
Dominic's
why?
a friend.
Because I had figured out. I listened to the show very carefully, and without going into details, I lived on the North Shore, the same where he lived. So I just figured it all out. That's all.
Hey, so when you got there to the hospital, where did you actually end up with Howard?
Right in the room, right with him.
In the
Howard
delivery room?
No. After he was in the room, Allison was there, and he had his green thing on. He had the mask around his face.
Wait. Were you in the recovery room, or were you in the waiting area with other expectant dads?
No, I guess the recovery room because he had the green schmuck on and he had the mask and.
Bobo, listen to yourself. You were in the recovery room, but you didn't cross a line.
Well, I mean, I didn't cross the line as far as being, like like someone's going to harm him or something like that. You know what I mean? I'm an innocent guy.
No, we're talking about a moral line. A line like not just Howard the celebrity, but any normal person's private. Meaning, if it were a guy that lived down the block from you who didn't really know you and you showed up there and you got into the recovery room, you'd still be crossing a line, even though that person's not famous.
I see what you mean. But I mean, in our world, maybe crossing the line in the Stern world is like doing something really malicious. Like, you might have an intent there to do something. I had zero intent.
So when the definition of crossing a line is what's getting lost here.
Well, and the other thing too is we don't know. No, you're a stranger at that time. Nobody knows what your intent is.
Well, I understand what you're saying, and to everybody else, it could have looked that way. But I'm saying, from my standpoint, I got to, stand up for myself. I had no malicious intent. So,
Bobo, you're up there in the recovery. You got to the recovery room, and who's all there? Howard. Who else was in there?
Dominic showed up. And Gary, I hear the point you said he was a friend. All right, he was a friend, but still, he was a caller.
And what was Howard's reaction?
No. He was a guy who called our show that we became friends with.
Right.
You were a guy who called our show that we didn't become friends with.
I mean, Dominic had a personal relationship with
But did Dominic
Howard
show
at
up,
that
or
point.
did Howard invite him? Like, has Howard talked about
I don't
that?
know. I don't know the answer to that.
Well, that would make Dominic an extreme fan, not a stalker.
Yeah, the odds are that Dominic did just show up, but he was a friend, so he was an overzealous friend.
Wait, so Bobo, what was Howard wearing?
He had like a green schmuck on, one of those green long things, and he had a mask hanging around his neck.
And what was his what did you do? What did you say? Like, hi, I listened to your show, and I just wanted to, what did you say?
No, I just say, hi, this, whatever I said, and I just said, great to meet you. That's like the first time I ever met him, and I just wanted to say hi, and he goes, oh, great meeting you, or something like that, and that was it, and I left.
And Howard said, what did Howard say to you?
I think he said, "Great meeting you, a nice meeting you," something like that. He was gracious.
Oh, he didn't. Did you hold the baby or kiss the baby?
Now, Bobo, getting back to what Gary said, and you admitted that you sort of have a ton of different things to talk about when you call in. Do you have any particular go-to topic or something that you know is going to get you on the air?
Yeah, I go through scour through the papers in the morning, early in the morning. I 3-4 newspapers a day. And I go through all the articles. And if something is interesting, I'll talk about that. Otherwise, it's something, that I keep. And I think about myself when I go down to the dock.
I know what your go-to topic is. I mean, the guy sort of brought it up today. Your go-to topic is, oh, my God, there's two of them. Either you saw something on Howard TV last night, or you saw Beth in something, and she's so smoking hot you can't believe it. Those are your two go-to topics.
Well, I've talked about Beth many times on Twitter because when Howard was, on Twitter doing a lot of photos and everything, she is hot. I'm not going to lie about that. So why shouldn't I talk about it? I mean, that's the whole idea. It goes on Twitter so the fans can talk about it, right? And Howard TV, I'm promoting that. I'm help promoting that because it is phenomenal. And any fans who are out there who don't have it should get it because they're missing out. I love it.
I should also say that I've given Bobo a little bit of a hard time. I think of Bobo more, I guess he's a whackpacker, but I think of him as more of a character on the show, which I enjoy. The whole Bobo package, the I don't know within 3, the grape, the IQ test, the sitting on the dock, the how much it all means to him. It's not a character, but I guess it's a whackpacker, but I enjoy the whole Bobo experience.
No, he brings a lot to the table. One last question, Bobo, then I'm going to let you go. Do you feel like you won that argument today?